So today's boss fight in the wonderful world of Wario Land 3 is Pesce, a giant fish who has spikes irregularly drawn all over his body. Kinda reminds me of another boss fight that was in Wario Land 2, but I guess Nintendo handheld isn't above a little bit of self-copying and pasting, especially from the game that literally preceded this one. But that's beside the point. At least how you defeat him is a bit different, whereas in Wario Land 2, you had to swim under the boss and hit him in the belly to do damage, and doing that made it a very easy target for you to insta-fail the boss fight, as per usual. This time, the boss and the player are totally disconnected, because Wario has to spend the entire boss fight on a dragonfly that flies from left to right, and then jump on another bug that is delivering moldy cheese to the arena, so that Pesce will eat it and die. Well, not really die, well, sort of die. He inflates, and then he gets stuck in a cave. It's an odd boss fight choice, and the main challenge of what you need to do is basically just staying out of the water, which is easier said than done, because since you're quote-unquote fighting the boss on a constantly moving platform, having to jump on something completely different, it actually gets a bit more complicated to time the jump so that you have the ability to get back on the dragonfly and not jump into the water, and then basically insta-fail the boss fight, because trying to get back up onto the dragonfly in the second or two that the game gives you before you insta-fail the boss fight is a science in of itself that you really aren't going to master in the short time that you have before you either win or lose the boss fight. The gameplay is just kind of annoying because with everything moving constantly, going left to right and left to right, Pesce being faster than the bug that is delivering the cheese, which is his weakness weapon in the boss fight, it feels really random and very luck-based, especially with the whole not really being able to jump off of the cheese bug to get back on the dragonfly and have that little bit extra air time to actually make it more possible. It's just kind of a slog, and you're really just waiting for the RNG to be in your favor. But at least the boss fight itself is short. If you get booted out of the boss fight, it's not a huge walk to get back to it to retry it. It's just kinda not good and boring and not really a good idea of something to center around the boss fight. But then again, any boss fight where you are this disconnected from the boss in the arena itself probably already tips you off that it was kind of a bad idea to start with. But then again, Nintendo handheld apparently didn't catch any of these issues while they were working on the game, so I don't know what the hell they were thinking, copying a boss almost verbatim from their first game. This sort of gameplay style that they had obviously someone test before they shipped it. At least someone saw this and didn't think, hey, this is kinda stupid, let's try something else. But I guess doing it quote-unquote the smart way and actually having involving combat mechanics would basically just be another step in the direction of, hey, let's just copy the boss fight from Wario Land 2 completely instead of just one detail at a time. Jesus Christ, Nintendo handheld, boss fights really weren't your forte at all. I mean, come on. What was this, like 3:30 p.m. on a Friday and you needed to crap out another obligatory boss fight? I just don't understand what the hell you were developing this on, either time or money budget-wise.